Humanity, humanity, look at it. I'm gonna get on top of some of this humanity right here. Wait, what? This is a car. This is not humanity. This is humanity. Because we're all one gigantic organism. At this point, we're a superorganism, I guess. Because I can communicate with anyone I want to across the world. Even a bushman in Africa, I can actually send them telegrams now. I just found this out. We live in these little, not living skeletal components. We have these, like, blood vessel-like lanes. I'd rather these be canals than roads, but whatever. Yeah, we're all kind of living under one semi-centralized unit. Most people tend to follow what the government says. Not everyone, and not everyone all the time, but most people at least some of the time. So, yeah, we're kind of, now at this point, we're reaching the stage of superorganism. We're just kind of getting there. Just reaching that point. And looking at this organism, I'd say it's pretty unadvanced. It's not very sophisticated. I mean, look at all these skeletal components. I mean, look at that right there. That house is basically a skeletal component. It houses living things, like the main living part, kind of like it's like a bivalve. If you had a bivalve, the reason why it has a shell is to defend itself, right? That's going to defend us, to maintain homeostasis. And homeostasis is very important, but the way we're doing it right now is very inefficient. It's kind of sad, actually. We have the power to change the environments completely and totally. I mean, we could build contraptions that would alter weather, and it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, we know how to cloud seed, and we know how to change the O2 versus CO2 levels. We can change nitrogen levels by fixation. I mean, that's a little harder. But we can change our environment almost completely. And with the right mathematics, we could do it very well. But no one really pays any attention to that. We don't really think about how we're all forming a single organism. And if we don't think about it, then, well, it won't work out very well. I mean, think about it. Welcome to suburbia. Is this the kind of organism we want to be? I think it sucks. I think it really sucks. Look at it. Look at it. This is the works of humanity. We gotta fix this, everyone. I mean, I don't know, it's green enough, but that's only because we're in Oregon right now. We have a long way to go. A very, very, very long way to go. So humans, start thinking about it. Start thinking about how you're all connected as one gigantic organism. Not in the sense that, we have to connect and live in harmony as our spirit energies combine or something like that. But I mean, we need to think about physically what we're going to do about all our problems. We have the whole climate change thing going on right now, and everyone who says that that's not real or some kind of lie is BSing, because it's really starting to happen around here now. We start thinking some really erratic weather. Not to the scale that's going to be, of course, but it's starting at least, and that's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, I actually know that we can change the environment now, and that gives me more faith in the human organism for some reason. And the human superorganism, too. And, I don't know. We need to think about this, humans. Everybody needs to start at least some contemplation, because most people aren't thinking about it right now. Most people are kind of hiding, hiding behind national barriers, hiding behind cultural barriers and like that. And that's really unnecessary and kind of boring, actually. It's not just stupid and not just wrong, but it's super boring. Who are you, and what do you mean to the human organism? Think about yourself. Think about this congealed colony of very weird and very strange organisms. Very, very strange. And they're all kind of meshing together into one superorganism. You're part of that if you're watching this, unless you're a cat or a dog who's sitting on the keyboard right now, somehow managing to turn this video on. But if you are, I doubt you understand it. If you do, you should join us. We can use some new faces. But yeah, look, other cells in the human superorganism. I don't know. I don't want to turn into ants. I don't want us to turn into ants. I'd rather be like an algae of sorts, like a plant, like a gigantic tree. I want to be the human tree versus human ant colony. Because, ant colony, like, we'd probably be army ants, if anything, if we compare ourselves to ants. Because we just kind of move around, rove, and destroy everything. We shouldn't do that. We should grow things. We should become like farmers, like leaf cutters almost. Yeah, we're like army ants right now, but we want to be leaf cutters. And from there, we can move on to some other thing that has no analogy in the natural world that would be even better than the two of those things combined. And that's where we want to go. But until that time, we've actually worked in that direction. So, yeah. Look at your suburbia. This is the human place. This is where we live, and we need to improve it. Ameliorate everything. Oh, look at the sky. Oh, yeah. I like that sky.